So it was another crazy weekend with a particularly crazy Saturday morning and Saturday afternoon. I call it my Saturday shuffle. Hey everybody, it's Ed the Trainer, and we'll talk about it next on this week's Tips on Tuesday. So for those of you who've been following the channel, you know I have 3 young kids, and we often get caught up in a lot of activities over the weekend, and this past Saturday was no different. We had karate lessons on the other side of town from birthday parties, and we spent a good deal of the day going back and forth because the lessons were scheduled in the morning and late in the afternoon, and the birthday party on the other side of town in the middle of the afternoon. And then we had some evening events in a completely different place. And you know, it got me to thinking, wouldn't it have been much more efficient if we could have designed our day to have all of the events on one side of town happen within an hour or two of one another, and the birthday party happened closer to the end of the day where the evening events were much closer? But it doesn't always work out that way, right? For those of you with young kids or have had young kids in the past, you know the taxi service that's involved. But it got me to thinking again that in our regular days, in our normal lives, whether it's our business or just, planning our personal day, we often do very similar things, don't we? In other words, we don't necessarily plan our day to take care of similar tasks at the same time, and then move on to completely different tasks. Usually, those of us who are trying to practice efficiency but don't quite get there, we wind up popcorning or ping-ponging back and forth and wind up becoming very inefficient because we've not planned the day appropriately. And what winds up happening is you've got lots and lots of lost time and ineffective activity going on. What if this week you focused on making sure that some of the things that you do in a day, maybe it's your return phone calls, maybe it's your emails that you've got to return, maybe you plan that for specific points in your day, maybe points in your day where you find yourself less effective, maybe where you have a little bit of a dip in your energy levels. Maybe that's a spot where you do the things, you tackle the things that you're not as energetic about, you're not as excited about. And when you know that your mind, when your creative juices are at their fullest, those are the times where you schedule the things that you are most interested in, that become most effective for your longer term outcome, what you're aiming for. Maybe we schedule that ahead of time, much like my Saturday shuffle. Instead of driving all over town, we segment our day to make sure that we're utilizing our energies and our focus where it best sits, where it's best used. And I know for a lot of us, it's our aim on a daily basis to do just that, but we may not ever get around to making it happen, mapping it out. So take some time tonight to map it out so that you can more effectively utilize your time tomorrow. Thanks for spending a couple of minutes with me today, everybody. I really, really appreciate your time. And if you've not yet subscribed to the channel or liked the page, go ahead and do that now so that you don't miss out on any of the new stuff that we release in the coming weeks. I hope you have a great week, and I'll see you soon.